Good morning, students. Now, we were in the earlier video, we were talking about the outcomes of democracy. Now, we are continuing the same outcomes that when we say why we have to favor the democratic government, so we expect the another outcome that with the help of democratic government, there will be a reduction of inequality and poverty. Perhaps more than development, it is reasonable to expect democracy to reduce economic disparity. Even when a country achieves economic growth, will wealth be distributed in such a way that all citizens of the country will have share and lead a better life? Is economic growth in democracy accompanied by increased inequality among the people? Or do democracy lead to a just distribution of goods and opportunities? Now, democracy are based on political equality. All individuals have equal weight in electing representative parallel to the process of bringing individual into the political arena or on an equal footing. We find growing economic inequalities. A small number of ultra rich enjoy a highly disproportionate share of wealth and income. Not only that, their share in the total income of the country has been increasing. Those at the bottom of the society have very little to depend upon. Their incomes have been in declining. Sometimes they find it difficult to meet their basic needs of life, such as food, clothing, housing, education, and health. In actual life, democracy do not appear to be very successful in reducing economic inequality. In class 9th economic textbook, you have already studied about poverty in India. The poor constitute a large proportion of our voters, and no party will like to lose their votes. Yet, democratically elected government do not appear to be as keen to address the question of poverty as you would expect them to. The situation is much worse in some other countries. In Bangladesh, more than half of its population lives in poverty. People in several poor countries are now dependent on the rich countries even for food supply. You can see that what is the actual situation around the world. That when we hope that there should be a good outcome regarding democracy, that there should be a reduction of inequality and poverty. That's why we favor the democratic government. Now, accommodation of social diversity. Do democracy lead to peaceful and harmonious life among citizens? If it will be a fair expectation that democracy should produce a harmonious social life. We have seen in the earlier chapter how democracy accommodate various social division. We saw in the first chapter how Belgium has successfully negotiated differences among the ethnic population. Democracy usually develop procedure to conduct their competition. This reduces the possibility of these tensions becoming explosive or violent. No society can fully and permanently resolve conflicts among different groups, but we can certainly learn to respect these differences, and we can also evolve mechanisms to negotiate the differences. Democracy is the best suited to produce this outcome. Non-democratic regimes often turn a blind eye or suppress internal social differences. Ability to handle social differences, division, and conflicts is thus a definite plus point of democratic regime. But the example of Sri Lanka reminds us that a democratic must fulfill two conditions in order to achieve this outcome. It is necessary to understand that democracy is not simply ruled by majority opinion. The majority always needs to work with a minority so that government function to represent general view. Majority and minority opinion are not permanent. It is also necessary that rule by majority does not become rule by majority community in terms of religion or race or linguistic group, etc. Rule by majority means that in case of every decision or in case of every election, different person and groups may and can form a majority. Democracy remains democracy only as long as every citizen has a chance of being majority at some point of time. If someone is barred from being in majority on the basis of birth, then the democratic rule cease to be accommodative for that person or group. Now we will talk about dignity and freedom of the citizen. The another outcomes which is expected from the democratic regime is it should be in the favor of dignity and freedom of the citizen. Democracy stands much superior to any other form of government in promoting dignity and freedom of the individual. Every individual wants to receive respect from fellow beings. Often conflicts arise among individuals because some feel that they are treated with due respect. The passion for respect and the freedom are the basis of democracy. Democracy throughout the world have recognized this, at least in principle. This has been achieved in various degrees in various democracies. For society which have been built for long on the basis of subordination and domination, it is not a simple matter to recognize that all individuals are equal. Take the case of dignity of women. Most society across the world were historically male dominated societies. Long struggle by women have created some sensitivity to today that respect to and equal treatment of women are necessary. Ingredients of democratic society. That doesn't mean that women are actually always treated with respect, but once the principle is recognized, it becomes easier for women to wage a struggle against what is now unacceptable legally and morally. In a non democratic setup, this unacceptability would not have legal basis because the principle of individual freedom and dignity would not have the legal and the moral force there. The same is true of caste inequality. Democracy in the India has strengthened the claims of the disadvantaged and discriminated caste for equal status and equal opportunity. There are instances still of caste-based inequality and atrocities, but these lack the moral and the legal foundation. Perhaps it is not recognition that makes ordinary citizens value their democratic right. Expectation from democracy also function as a criteria for judging any democratic country. What is most distinctive about democracy is that its examination never gets over. A democracy passes one test, it produces another test. As people get some benefits of democracy, they ask for more and want to make democratic even better. That is why when we ask people about the way democracy functions, they will always come up with more expectation and many more complaints also. The fact that people are complaining is itself a testimony to the success of democracy. It shows that people have developed awareness and ability to expect and to look critically at power holder and the high and the mighty. A public expression of dissatisfaction with democracy shows the success of the democratic project. It transforms people from the status of a subject into that of a citizen. Most individuals today believe that their vote makes a difference to the way government is run and to their own self-interest. So, beta, it is all about the outcomes of the democratic government. The chapter is only based on that what are the expected outcomes or the result of a democratic nation, and the chapter is completed. Now you have to do, I will give you homework time to time, and you have to do the NCERT question of this chapter, which I will give you time to time. Till then, take care. Goodbye.